So we're starting to talk about parent functions, and parent functions, or a function family, is a group of functions that share a similar shape. And a parent function is the most basic function in that family. What this means is that if I were to think about lines, well, every line looks the same. It has the same basic shape. It's all lines. They just are pointing different directions. They have different levels of steepness, and so that's what makes them different. But they're all part of the linear function family, and their parent function is all y equals x. And this right here in blue is the linear parent function, y equals x. All of our parabolas are going to be part of the quadratic function, whether they open up or down, or if they're really wide, or if they're really skinny, they're all quadratic. And their parent function is y equals x squared. Our next parent function, you can't see it on the graph here, so I'm going to go ahead and draw it. Looks like this. And it is the absolute value family. It's the absolute value family. And its parent function is this weird y equals line x line, which means y equals the absolute value of x. And our last one, which again you can't see, looks like this. And it's called a reciprocal function. And the reciprocal function is y equals 1 over x. So, linear parent functions, every linear function is a line. Every quadratic is a parabola. Every absolute value is a v. And every reciprocal is going to look like this. I can't really describe it, so I'm just going to have to draw it for you. It looks like that. Our linear parent function does go through the origin. So does our quadratic and our absolute value. Our reciprocal does not. Our linear parent function has a positive slope, and it's in quadrants 1 and 3. Okay, thinking back to your quadrants, it's been a while since you've talked about these. They are 1, 2, 3, and 4. And your linear parent function is the line that goes through 1 and 3. The quadratic parent function has the slope varies. It always goes through quadrants 1 and 2. The absolute value has a positive 1 slope on the right half and a negative 1 slope on the left, and it also goes through quadrants 1 and 2. And then lastly is our reciprocal is in quadrants 1 and 3. So the question says, number 1, what is the linear parent function? Well, the linear parent function is y equals x. Number 3, what is the absolute value parent function? It's y equals absolute value of x. Number 5, which parent function is represented by the graph? So this particular parent function is the absolute value parent function. Number 7 says which parent function is represented by this graph? Well, if we look at this, this is going to be our reciprocal parent function. And lastly, number 9 says which parent function does not have a graph that goes to the origin, and that is, again, our reciprocal parent function.